Welcome, dear listener, to another episode of Wishcrafting, where we uncover hidden magic in our everyday lives. I'm Wishamaya, and today we're diving into an herb that graces our kitchens, yet holds a rich history of magic, protection, and healing. Today, we're talking about oregano. Yes, that humble little spice in your pantry is far more than a seasoning for your favorite dishes. Oregano has been revered for centuries as a warding herb, a healer, and a plant of joy and strength. From the sunlit hills of Greece to the apothecaries of medieval witches, oregano's story is deeply woven into both folklore and magic. So brew a cup of tea, light a candle, and let's explore the mystical power of oregano. Oregano, or Oreganum vulgare, takes its name from the Greek word oros, meaning mountain, and ganos, meaning joy, combined meaning joy of the mountain. According to Greek legend, oregano was created by Aphrodite, the goddess of love and beauty. She planted oregano in her sacred groves, believing that it would bring happiness and warmth to all those who worked with it. It became a symbol of love, passion, and prosperity, and was often used in wedding crowns and even love potions. But oregano's mythology isn't just tied to romance. It was also sacred to Hades, god of the underworld, and believed to offer protection to souls as they journeyed beyond the veil. Ancient Greeks planted oregano near graves, believing that it would ensure a peaceful afterlife for the dead. But it was also believed that growing oregano around the home would invite in love and joy. And we love that. We love a well-rounded queen on this podcast. In Roman times, oregano was a staple herb in both healing and battle. Soldiers carried it to ward off infections and bad luck, and it was burned in temples to cleanse the spirit. Oregano was sometimes included in ritual drinks and offerings to Dionysus. It would be steeped in wine and given to participants to heighten joy, passion, and to fuel the celebration. Beautifully, it was sometimes woven into crowns for revelers that were participating in the Dionysian rites, or in the Roman version of Bacchanalia. Oregano, as a wild and resilient herb, was often associated with Artemis. It was sometimes used in healing balms and salves, and was believed to cure wounds and ward off disease. Modern science has shown us that oregano is nature's natural antibiotic and antiseptic, having incredibly powerful natural affinities in those areas. Some traditions link oregano to protection for women, childbirth, and midwifery, which are areas that are often underneath Artemis's domain. And this could be due to the fact that it was historically used as an antibiotic and an antiseptic to stave off infection after the dangerous marvel that is childbirth. In European folk magic, oregano was a household protector, believed to keep evil spirits and bad luck at bay. It was hung above doorways, stuffed into charm bags, and brewed into potions to shield the home from curses and negative energy. And in the medieval times, negative energy meant that your neighbor or witches could be wishing ill upon your household, meaning sickness to you, your family, or your livestock or crops. In the modern day, for witches and magical practitioners alike, oregano is a multi-purpose powerhouse that excels in areas of protection, happiness, love, health, and my favorite, joy. Oregano is a powerful herb for warding off negativity and breaking curses, and carrying a small sachet of dried oregano in your pocket could be a very simple yet effective spiritual shield. Or perhaps you want to attract romance or reignite passion. Well, oregano is a warming herb, which if you've ever had oregano tea or used oregano oil, you will be very keenly aware of. This warming effect lends an adept hand in love spells to increase passion and deepen connection. Oregano's namesake as Joy of the Mountain rings true in more ways than one. It's an adorable plant with teeny tiny fuzzy oval leaves and a low-growing mounding habit. It is a sun-loving plant that is very happy in arid, rocky mountain climates. So it's natural that spiritually, oregano has quite the sunny disposition. Drinking oregano tea or cooking with oregano can lift the spirits and help banish sadness by making more space to bring in joy and vitality. Oregano's bright essence makes it an excellent ally to help banish heavy energy, so sprinkling oregano in the corners of your home or adding it to your floor wash recipes could easily clear away bad energy and refresh the space. A bonus pro tip is adding oregano into your floor washes for the colder months can add a sense of warmth and coziness to your home that will be felt by all those who enter. Like many herbs associated with the sun, oregano is a powerful magnet for wealth and success. So if you're looking to bring in specifically financial luck and abundance, try incorporating oregano into your workings. For a very simple and easy money sachet, add a bit of dried oregano to a green sachet, which could just be a piece of green cloth that you tie at the top, along with a coin and a bay leaf, and carry it in your pocket or in your wallet to attract financial luck. Carving a green candle with a very specific amount of money and anointing it with oregano oil before lighting it in sacred space is a simple, effective, and especially quick spell to bring in smaller amounts of money lightning fast. Just remember to always keep an eye on all of your candles, but especially anointed ones, because the oil can make them super duper extra flammable. A long-term way to work with oregano for financial abundance is by saying a short spell each time you use oregano in the kitchen. Try saying something like, "With this herb, my wealth shall grow, abundance bright in steady flow." And see how your wealth steadily increases as you build that relationship with oregano. For those witches out there who like to journey beyond and explore the shadow, oregano could be an excellent ally because of its connection to the underworld and the afterlife. Oregano can be a great ally for spirit communication and dream magic, and simple magic like placing it under your pillow to enhance prophetic dreams or intuition, brewing oregano tea before scrying, or any other kind of divination can heighten spiritual perception. Or, if you're performing a ritual that involves spirit communication, divination, or dream magic, you can burn oregano as an incense to invite in wisdom and guidance. But I recommend, if you're going to burn oregano, do it outdoors or in a well-ventilated space, because the warm nature of this herb can potentially irritate the breathing pathways and the eyes. So just be cautious. Listener, oregano is so much more than a kitchen spice. It's an herb of strength, protection, of joy. And whether you use it in spells, rituals, or simply as an everyday charm, this small, accessible, but mighty plant has the power to shield, uplift, and empower you. So as you go about your week, I encourage you to work with oregano intentionally, whether it's in your dinner, a charm bag, or your next ritual. Feel into its energy and see how it enhances your magic. I can guarantee you that the outcome will be a joyous one. Before I leave you today, I wanted to share a fun and warm memory that I have with oregano. Just a short story about how it was immediately a balm to my aching soul. It's funny, and I feel like it kind of sums up the goofy, silly, and uplifting, but also comforting nature of oregano. So, when I was in school, I lived in a beautiful house in a historical neighborhood, and I loved this house, and we had some raised garden beds in the back, and I had put my heart and soul into the garden that summer, and it was looking so good. I was tending it maybe too well, maybe too closely, but I had planted some cabbages, and I love cabbage. I think it's a very versatile and delicious vegetable, and I was patiently awaiting my cabbages to get to the right size so I could pluck them and enjoy the fruits of my labor, so to speak. And this particular evening, I went out and I enjoyed the garden in the evening time, in dusk, like I really love to do. There's just something about golden hour in the garden that is just super special. So I was out there and I was surveying everything and picking a couple of things for dinner, and I looked at my cabbages and I said, tomorrow is the day. They're going to be ready tomorrow. I'm going to pick these tomorrow. And I went about my business, cooked dinner, and went to bed. Well, the next day comes around, and I go to the garden to pick my cabbages, which I have been patiently waiting on. And I go to pick the first one, and it's completely cored. Like, the entire cabbage in the center is eaten, and only the outer leaves were left. And my heart dropped to my toes. So I go to the next cabbage, and I had 2 rows of 8 cabbages on each row, right? So I go to the next cabbage, completely cored. Next cabbage, completely cored. And every single cabbage, I mean every single one, was the exact same. Eaten completely on the inside, with the big outer leaves as all that was left. And I don't know if you've ever seen Avatar, The Last Airbender, but there's always the cabbage cart guy that Aang will knock over his cabbage cart and be like, my cabbages! And that is what I did. I shook my fists at the sky and I said, my cabbages! And I was so upset. And I'm just kind of dumbfounded. And I look around, and what do I see but my giant, at this time, oregano bush that was on the corner of one of my raised beds, the raised bed that was across from the bed that my cabbages were in. And I looked over, and earlier in the episode I told you that cabbages have a mounding habit, so they round on the top, right? Well, this oregano plant was probably about 2 feet and very wide, and I look over and I notice that the oregano plant is kind of pancaked. It's not round on the top. And I instantly know that whatever is eaten my cabbages is in my oregano plant. So I go over there, gently walking so I don't disturb whatever it is because I want to give it a piece of my mind. And I look in, and the tiniest, cutest, softest rabbit I have ever seen is peacefully asleep right in the middle of my oregano, curled up, picturesque, with no care in the world, and obviously the biggest belly. I have no doubt in my mind that that rabbit ate the entirety of all of my cabbages and then took the fattest nap I'm sure that rabbit has had in a long time because it was so well fed. Its belly was very big and its body was very small. And it was so cute that my anger instantly vanished. And I just had to laugh about it. And that is the joy of oregano. That's the kind of joy that oregano can bring into your life when you invite it in. That's all I have for you today. Short and sweet. But if you enjoyed this dive into oregano's magic, consider sharing the show with a friend, or leave a comment or a review. Especially on Apple Podcasts, reviews help the show grow and reach more people as we do. If you're wanting more of oregano's magic in your life, I have posted a downloadable grimoire page to make your own oregano protection charm for free on my Patreon at the free tier. But for just $1, you can access that as well as a ritual that I have designed to take you a little bit deeper into oregano's medicine. This ritual is designed to attune you to the ancient energies of the mountains, channeling their endurance, wisdom, and elemental power. So if you are someone who is seeking spiritual fortitude or guidance or just a deeper connection to Earth's primal forces right now, this ritual may be for you. And you can access this and so much more by once again joining the paid Patreon tier for just $1. Lastly, if you'd like to get in touch with me, you will find all the ways to do that in the show notes. I always love hearing from you. So until next time, my name is Wishamaya, and don't forget to keep your roots deep and your dreams wild.